What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Branders Podcast. I'm your host, Arab, along with my co-hosts, Edwin and American Dad. American Dad comes by every now and then when when he's done eating pussy.
And only then.
And only then. Today we have on, dude, it feels like I'm literally standing in front of the creator of Ethereum. Yo, DNP, it's a pleasure to have you, bro.
Thank you.
We've had you on before. We've had you on before. We've talked about your giveaway platform, how you turn monetizing giveaways into a business, and now you've done a lot since then. You've created a cryptocurrency called CLU coin.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have you back on, just to, dude, we get to talk to someone who's created a cryptocurrency. Honestly, it's not even to get really to know you and understand the project better. It's just so I can show people that, yo, look, I know this guy. Even
Well, this guy is a homie.
It's not hard to create a cryptocurrency these days. Like anyone can launch a token. You just got to know, like what the goal for your project is and how to write a contract for it and deploy it.
Yeah, so you're like
have liquidity.
Yeah, that's like saying it's not hard to create a spaceship. You just have to know how to the fuel.
You just gotta know how to do it, dude.
Yeah, how to build
that's
it.
a good point. You just have to know how to do it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what it is, bro? He's too smart for his own good, and he forgets
the
that.
thing is, I guess I'm new to the crypto industry, straight up. But so I guess to a casual observer, they see, oh my gosh, crypto and DNP, but the truth is, you can go hire someone to make you a token on Fiverr for like a few $100. So it's not like this crazy idea. Once you understand the mechanics behind it, it's super simple. There's some challenges that come with it, right? Like you want to make sure that people can't. Well, I'll get into all the mechanics of it later.
Yeah. So I wanted. Well, first of all, congrats on building something that anyone can build.
Thank you.
And second of all, so you have a cryptocurrency. Everybody in our communities, Fortnite communities, etc., has advertised it, whatever. You in my opinion, you're not here to rug pull, which is, for anyone listening, is when you get all these people to invest in your money. Now you basically own their money, and you can sell all yours at a higher price and basically scam everyone, because you're already rich.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's get to the point.
Slight correction.
Yeah. Everything you do is like building these companies off of, you've built a company off of monetizing giveaways. You do something with software as well as your regular job. So, so you've built this. You've promoted it through a bunch of social media players. A lot of these players were there to promote it to rug pull so that they could basically take advantage of their viewers. And I've seen you talk about it online where like the fakes show themselves and you recognize that, etc. Like a lot of these people will be like, oh, invest in CLU coin, and none of them actually know what it is or what it does, etc. And they were just there because they got in early and they wanted to 3x it, 4x it, and then sell their however much they invested and basically scam their viewers.
Yeah, just some slight correction. I mean, generally, like the general idea is pretty accurate, and that's a problem with a lot of influencers getting into these cryptocurrencies and just with the shilling it and just encouraging people to go join. They'll use their influence for people to go join and then make a profit, and then they'll pull out themselves, which just goes against everything I stand for. If you truly believe something, like I haven't pulled out a dime of CLU coin personally. I've just watched the price. People are like, you're crazy. That's the whole point. You start a currency, you start a crypto, and then you're supposed to make some profit from it. And I'm like, but the reason why we started it was for two things. One, to build a giant community. I've been doing giveaways for over 2 years, giving away, close to $1 million. And
That's it.
This is no different. Yeah, it's a little over.
You couldn't do 2 million.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta sprinkle it over time, you know. But when I see people, it was quite frustrating. It was frustrating for sure. So you keep saying this rug pull thing, right? Like you hear this in the crypto community a lot. What a rug pull is, I think, just to get the lexicon correct, is there's this thing called liquidity, which is how much trading power you have. So right now, I think KlueCoin has around 11 or 12 million dollars in liquidity built up. That liquidity, I could, as the contract owner, just pull out. And if I take all that liquidity out, that means nobody else can trade their clue. It becomes worthless.
Yeah.
So
is that like a common thing that people do that shit?
It happens so much every single day now, AD. It's crazy.
Dude,
man.
I think that you saying, like, your point to making coins isn't hard. Like, I was kind of already aware of that. I think that, I mean, I met some dude in Miami that was like, oh, if you want to launch a coin, let me know. Like, it's only a couple $1,000s. I'm like, okay. But, and so I think that the access to how easy it is to launch a coin and how no one knows what the fuck the difference is between any of the coins, they just kind of have to believe the marketing story, makes for a real dangerous environment for the regular uninformed retail trader. You get what I'm saying? And to call any of these people an uninformed retail trader is very, very generous, because they're not, like, they're just regular people. They're regular people that hear their favorite streamer is on this coin and this and that and whatnot. And one thing about you, which I would like to say, I have corrected people that have come into my chat and they're like, oh, this KlueCoin shit, like blah, blah, blah. And then they start talking about you specifically. And they like try attaching you the word like scammer or something to you for some reason. Cause I guess there was like an up and a down.
Pisses me off. Yeah.
And I correct the fuck out of them.
Dude, you could be the most straightforward person, but in that, like in what you're doing, you're always going to have some motherfucker trying to say that, dude. Always.
So anytime anyone comes in and says something like that, I correct the fuck out of them. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, out of all the people that do this, this is the one motherfucker that wouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel the pressure of my community from that every single day, right? Like they're like, we believe in DNP3, and I'm like, I'm doing my best for you guys. And what pisses me off so bad, dude, is like, there was one day, like we launched in a bearish market. The market was tanking. All crypto was tanking, and Clue launched. Now I put a rocket as the logo because I was like, because my idea was we'll launch KlueCoin. We'll add.
Well, you live in space.
I am already here. Yes. So, you know, like I was like, well, you know, we'll launch Clue. We'll set up a big charity wallet. So there's these things called reflections. It's modeled after the SafeMoon protocol, but we use our tokenomics much differently, and we improved their original contract. They had an audit in SafeMoon. It identified some vulnerabilities. We fixed those vulnerabilities and added the ability to like pause trading so I could distribute all the tokens ahead of time. And so we launched. We got 100% score on our Certic audit. Everything's great.
What's that?
Certic, they're like the most trusted name to do. Basically, someone looks over your code in your contract and verifies it's legit.
What stops them from taking that code? Or is that code public anyway?
The code, when you verify your contract on the Binance Smart Chain Explorer, it makes you verify your contract and makes it generally public. That's the whole idea with crypto, is there's some type of accountability and integrity along the way. So every single transaction that gets made on the blockchain, you can link that back to an individual or to an individual wallet address. So the whole idea was like, I was watching, I made a tweet on the KlueCoin account. It was me. I said, we're soaring when the whole market's tanking. And because I was happy. I was like happy for Clue and everything that's going. Now I kind of started when Clue launched. I have crypto advisors, right? Because I am very hype. I love to like celebrate great moments and things like that. And so I put out a tweet like, we're soaring when the market's collapsing, right? And everyone was fine with it. Like some of our investors, right? Like Laserbeam, he's come out and publicly said this. So much love and respect for Laser, my man. He's just been there with me the whole time. Like he hasn't taken out a dime. And like that is one of the creators who I truly, truly respect, because he put in a great amount.
Because what's good is when you scam him, he'll make a YouTube video about it, and that's publicity.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
No,
Laser's
you're-
great,
You're a
bro.
marketing genius.
Laser's great. He actually is.
Dude, he's such a good dude. The thing is like there's so many pump and dumps to your earlier point of like people will create these fake coins. They'll launch it, pull the rug out. They'll raise some money, build some hype, even bring in other influencers, and then just yoink. They'll pull the rug, and then this happens literally like hundreds of times a day now.
Yeah.
So people don't know. There's like
Bro,
it's very difficult to invest into a solid project.
You know what's crazy to me? It's crazy to me the creators and influencers that shill several different types of coins on like a weekly, monthly basis. I'm like, what the fuck are you? I'm like, do you understand that like no one's gonna trust anything you shill or sell or
They
like
still
this
make
is like
bags off of it,
this is like a blatant manipulation of your following. Like all these people don't have money like you, bro. Like if you could very drastically negatively affect somebody's life if you are doing some shit like this, right? And so like my question to you, and it might be like a bit of a hard question to answer, is with these cryptocurrencies that are like smaller new coins, what is the difference between them? And like how like Ethereum and Bitcoin, they have a functionality, and like Bitcoin's functionality is one and Ethereum's is another. Hold on, give me 1 second. So can you explain like how the coins are different?
Like how Bitcoin and Ethereum are different? Well, I guess you can't respond.
No. Like how the new coins, like your coin, like these other coins, like what's the difference between like Shiba and your coin and this and that? Because my point is that Bitcoin is very it's so big that everyone's pretty clear on how it works, and then like Ethereum's getting big to the point where people are starting to realize how this works and how it's like a little better than Bitcoin because it charges less and it has like instant functionality, and like so I get those mechanics, but like how is everyone making a coin so easily, and do they even know what it does? Like what's the point? You get what I'm saying?
Two things. Yep. Two things. So Bitcoin's daddy, right? That's like Bitcoin launched. That set the standard, and they've blazed a trail. Oh, it took like 10 years for it to get really some great traction. Then now Bitcoin's its own blockchain. So there's Binance has its own. It stands on its own blockchain, and then there's something called the Binance Smart Chain, and that allows people to create their own contracts and launch their own token on this Binance Smart Chain. That's what CLU is. CLU is launched on the Binance Smart Chain. Anybody can go and purchase CLU, but it makes it a lot more difficult to purchase. And we are tied.
You have to go through like Pancake Swap and all that shit.
Pancake Swap's the way to do it right now. Yep. Put some coins, some CLU in there. There's a difference between coins and tokens generally. Like coins are launched from their own blockchain, and tokens are launched off stuff like the Binance Smart Chain. It's usually like a derivative from.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, like a main chain.
Too much of this shit, dude. I'm too dumb for it.
Well, let me hit on a point I was going where I was going earlier with Trainwreck. You guys know who Trainwreck is?
Yes. Yep.
Buzzcast and everything. He was talking to his viewers, and like someone brought up ClueCoin, and he just took a shit on it. He just took a giant crap on ClueCoin, and that sets like such a dangerous precedent for just because then I had to deal with all these kids and people like he's a true influencer, and so whatever he says, people are just going to go with it, not really challenge it too much because he's got the microphone. And so I had to deal with so many people coming in the Discord and just saying, oh, this is a shit coin, this is a pump and dump, this is a scam.
But you also have to you have to also understand the fact that exact opposite happened to you too, where you have these influencers like Macwood, etc., that don't actually give a fuck about you or your coin, that chilled it and then sold it and 4x their viewers, and now they're sitting on on okay, we just scam the fuck out of our viewers, so it's like the opposite as well, where like, okay, Train has no fucking idea what this is and he's shitting on it. You have these fucking pros and whatever in the community that don't have an idea what it is, and they're shouting the fuck out of it. Because so you gave me a generous amount of ClueCoin before it launched, pre-launch, and we're homies, etc. But I was very hesitant to say anything about it, and it was a very generous amount. It was I was very hesitant to say anything about it because one, I didn't know enough, and two, I knew exactly what would happen to my viewers. if I was to say it, I knew that the initial thing with all these people in it, shouting out, etc., they're there to scam them. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I can fucking 4x my money too, or I can, I don't plan on fucking touching it. I haven't touched it at all. But they're gonna lose money, and that's gonna reflect on me, and that's gonna morally weigh down on me. So I didn't. So when you have like somebody like Train doing that, I mean, you also had the opposite was happening too,
Yeah, I mean, I was not aware of people that I didn't think anybody would sell, because I'm like, why would you sell CLUcoin? Like, it has a long-term, we have a great roadmap, a great team.
Yeah,
and that's just part of me being naive to the crypto market.
Yeah.
Like, so we, our objective with CLU is there's two big pots. There's a charity pot. That's a focus. We've already donated $125,000 to save the children. That fed 2,500 kids for 3 months, which is amazing. But then I realized, like, people don't really care about that.
No.
Like, if everything, because it's a passive way, the way our tokenomics are set up, like, every single transaction. Okay, so if you want to go buy CLU, you're like, you know what? I support the cause of CLUcoin. They're trying to set up. We just established a 501c3.
Like American Dad has no idea how any of this deep crypto shit works.
Yeah. And real quick, before you start that explanation too, I would like to say that, like, partially, I feel like the reason that Trainwreck said that thing about whatever he said is definitely a side of ignorance. He doesn't know any actual facts about the coin. He just think it's another shit coin like everything else. And that's why I think that having you on the podcast, when we were talking about having you on the podcast, I thought it was an excellent opportunity for you to explain what it does, why it is what it is, why people should, be a part of it, and etc. And the other thing is, man, and the crypto market, it's just like the stock market. It's just like any other market in the world, where there will be people that scalp it. There's people that are going to ride the ups and sell the low. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it goes. Yeah. So, but these people saw an opportunity, because it's harder to show something to your viewers that they don't know about. So like Shiba, right? Like, maybe nobody knows, I know Shiba because somebody said something on the timeline about it, whatever. But when you know the creator of the coin and the whole community adopting it, and then you as somebody that has influence, you ride that wave and push it even more, you're going to make money if you sell. Like, that's just something that comes with the territory, So that's why me and Arab watched this show called Startup, and it was about a cryptocurrency. And they were about to get an investor, and the investor was like, okay, so like, why is this cryptocurrency?
I've seen Startup.
Yeah, exactly. So you remember the point where he was like, why is this? Like, why are you guys doing this? And then they said, oh, here's like the philanthropic reason. Like, we help people get loans from this and that. And then he's like, okay, every coin has a philanthropic reason. Like, why is this your life mission or this and that? So it's kind of like, I was stoked to have you on here, because I wanted everyone to be clear on the fact that, one, all that community pressure on your shoulders, it shouldn't be on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? It's a coin, like, it does what it does. You're doing your best, etc. It's not on you if they lose money, right? And I wanted to just clear up why yours is different, etc., etc. So now, if you can explain.
Yeah, thanks for that.
But before you explain, I was on the point that look at, like, American Dad. You have this random ass white dude who drives a bike and vapes, but not a bike. It's a Jeep, so it's a shittier bike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's come back from the
fucking sedan, Arab. Shut the fuck up.
True shit.
He's come back from the military, ends up being a gamer, doesn't get a real job. Okay, you have to persuade him and explain to him what this is, other than, okay, long term you can make money, because reality is, like you said, people don't give a fuck. Like, the charity thing is cool and whatnot, but everyone is in crypto to make money. Even the people that fucking talk about Bitcoin being the next way of life, etc. The reason they're saying that is because they bought Bitcoin in 2010, and they're quadrupling and they're pentupling their money, and they're going to keep making more money. It's a money machine. So how do you explain CLUcoin to this random trailer dude in Alabama?
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try and do it in English.
He's like, CLUcoin, what you do with it is
CLUcoin. Now, the way CLUcoin's structured, it is a passive way to earn. That is the idea. So every time there's a transaction, so someone buys or sells CLU, they pay a 10% fee. 5% of that goes right into our liquidity pool, which is important for trading. I talked about that earlier. The other 5% gets distributed across all of the wallets, including your wallet, which is, as a holder, you'll know your CLU will literally go up through something called reflections all day. That's the SafeMoon protocol. That's the thing we took and improved. Now, how it gets applied.
So I sell $100. $10 of that gets taken out. 5 goes to charity. 5 gets spread out across every single person that owns it.
There is 1 quadrillion supply and 100 trillion charity wallet, which we just reduced.
Those numbers are too big for me to understand anything right now.
So it'd be
like in a simple term.
So it would be 5% of 10% of. Oh, well, it's only of available supply. So it's roughly about like 0.03% goes to charity.
0.03% of whatever the
every
person
transaction.
Sold. Okay. And then what percent goes to everybody else's?
It's weighted, so it depends on how much CLU you own. So if you have like a ton of CLU, you're going to get
total.
more.
I'm saying total, not like weighted and split across percentage. Out of that 10%, what percent of it goes to everyone? Now, I'm not saying per person. I'm saying total.
Out of the 10% of,
is it the other 9.97%?
Yeah, it's just the wallets.
Oh, okay. But what gets burned then? Don't you have something that gets burned?
Yeah, so we do burns to remove stuff out of total supply and just circulation, and supply and demand. The fewer CLU coins there are available, or of anything, the more value it has.
Well, whose are you burning?
We are burning them. We have a dedicated. So this is all part of the plan. So inside of our tokenomics, we dedicated a wallet. It's currently in our team wallet. I think we have another 200 trillion left to burn out of there. It's just they're not in circulation right now, and they're not collecting any reflections. But we just remove them out of total supply.
Is that to up the value of the coin on an individual basis? Because they're not being circulated, they're not growing other accounts by transactions, etc.
Yeah, I mean they're technically not taking away from the value right now, but when you look at it on paper, it ups the value.
Yeah, gotcha.
So why don't you just burn it all at once?
Because there's one, we want to make sure that we could totally burn all 200 trillion right now, but we want to make sure
the price would go up like crazy. People would sell.
You got to regulate it.
Yeah.
Use it as a regulating and a governing mechanism over the next year.
They're saying buy within the next year. Nice, got it.
Well, right now we're developing, right? That's what CLU is. So we're very focused on building a large community, because you have to have a strong community. The more holders we have, the more that we're passively collecting for charity, and the more that's passively. Now this sounds like a total scam, right? The way, doesn't it? It sounds almost too good to be true.
It sounds like a Ponzi scheme. So, bro, listen.
Think about it. 10% of every transaction. So that's where the extra money's coming from.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of when hackers hack into bank accounts and they install a drip. You know what I'm talking about? And the drip is so small and non intrusive that nobody catches it, and they just drip a penny
from everyone's
from everyone's accounts, and they make a fuck ton of money. I mean, but that money, that's all, it goes back to everyone, so it's cool. But my thing is so you know how Bitcoin and even Ethereum at this point, they're trying to perhaps replace or be a dominant currency, rivaling the US dollar. Is that CLU Coin's goal, to become a really interesting?
Yeah, we're a utility token, so we're gonna have a wallet. We're gonna have a CLU card set up where, I'm working with Visa right now, coming up with our own CLU card. But this is on our long-term roadmap too. This is 6 months out, but we're already starting. With the card, people will be able to imagine you have CLU and you want to take a little bit and go spend it. So it's all about, it's focused on rewards, because we're building a large community. So tonight we're starting this whole play to earn movement where we're starting a scholarship for families in the Philippines. Well, it's for anybody, but primarily families in the Philippines will play this game and earn money while they play it. They'll make $10 to $15 a day playing this game.
Oh, that's really cool, bro. That's awesome.
And that
but what does
is
that
like
get you? What does that get you? Are you mining off their computer or something? What do you get in return? Why is there that game?
they're playing. It's the way Axie Infinity is set up. Like, so we did not make Axie Infinity, but
What's that? The game name?
yeah, that's the name of the game. To buy these NFTs or these characters in the game, it usually costs anywhere between $500 and $1,000 to get a solid team together. Now, these families in the Philippines, they can't afford that much. They cannot afford like to put that much up front because that's a ton of income. So what we do is we're buying those with our funds that we've raised through CLU, and then we'll sponsor those families, and then we'll give them like 70 or 80% of whatever they earn, and then we take a small portion to like put back and like buy more so we can continue to build out our teams.
So they get that money and they can convert it to US dollar, or they have an NFT.
Yep. It comes back. I think it gets converted into something called Ronin, and then you can convert that into ETH.
Do these families in the Philippines even know how to convert it?
Oh, it's huge. Oh, that's the thing, right? Like, we're so far behind here. I feel like in the US, people are adopting cryptocurrency all over the world because it's
out of necessity, though. That's out of like.
It is, but it's out of necessity. You'll see some coins that are tied to like the US dollar. Those are called stable coins.
Like USDT.
That's your USDTs, your USDCs. But ETH and all these other cryptocurrencies, those are getting widely adopted. El Salvador just adopted Bitcoin as an official currency.
Yep.
If you guys read that, that's huge.
Yep. Yeah, that is really huge, and that's part of the reason why it went up again.
AD, do you own any crypto?
I do not.
AD doesn't seem like a risk taker.
Ugh.
Are you a risk taker?
I'm not patient, dude.
Yeah, he is not patient.
I think he's a risk taker.
I'll agree with that
one. I think he's risking his time with like a chick at a bar, not with like crypto. You know what I'm saying?
Or no, dude, blackjack has been my new thing, dude.
He's like, I'm not a risk taker. I'm just a gambler.
Oh, it's bad, dude. But dude, I'm so good. I don't know. I finally found something that I'm like super fucking good at, dude.
He's fucking good at blackjack. He's counting cards and shit. He's got the secret terms.
There's a chart. You can count cards. It's crazy.
Wait, is that legal? I thought it's not legal.
You're cheating.
Hey, listen. They're not gonna know that you're counting cards, okay? If you as long as you're not saying, your count's out fucking loud. Counting cards is not hard.
Really?
It's actually very fucking easy.
They have cameras that watch you in casinos, and if they kind of like figure out that you're doing it, they'll kick you out.
Oh, yeah, because this is where people fuck it up. Okay, they'll go in and they'll do like a. Okay, here's a good example of what not to do at the casino that I go to. So we'll go to the casino. I'll do a $200 buy-in. Okay, so I'll get 8 $25 chips. So the minimum on that table is $25. This is what you don't do. All right. So if you're sitting there and you're counting the deck and it's getting to like the last 2 decks in the shoe, and you know that it's fucking hot, you know that the next, 2.5 decks are going to be a lot of fucking face cards. What you don't do is start upping your bets from like $25 a hand to like, $150, $200 out of fucking nowhere. That's how you're going to get pushed off a table.
You just stay silent.
You got to gradually work into that.
Yeah. You can't just go betting gnarly for sure.
Yeah, that's why you do like progressive betting. So like if you sit down with $200, you win the first 2 hands, you bump it up to $50 a hand. You win that hand, it goes up to $75 a hand. And then if you want to keep going up, you can. But usually what I'll do is if I win like a $75 hand or like a $100 hand, I'll go back down to 25.
Yeah.
You a gambler, DNP?
I play poker.
Like often or played?
I play it pretty often, yeah. Like a couple times a week.
What, Texas?
Poker's fun.
What?
Texas Hold'em, yeah.
You play online or you go somewhere?
I play online, bro. Did go somewhere? What is this? 2015?
What do you mean, bro? Like people like the social aspect that it's.
I
like,
love
it's
it. Yeah, I've played a lot of blackjack online too, like with like the live dealer and shit like that. But there's just something about going to the fucking casino and doing it there.
There's no way this motherfucker said go outside. What is it, 2015? Come on,
I was gonna go outside. He lives in space.
Yeah, that is some true shit. No oxygen out there. That's some true shit.
DNP, you just you have a baby on the way?
On the way, yeah.
I saw you.
like,
I saw you.
dude.
I
Thank
saw you
you.
tweet
Thank you.
2 days ago or something. I didn't know what it meant. You just said your wife is diluted 1 centimeter, and I said
Diluted.
dilated.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Diluted. Your wife's diluted.
Man, I saw it, and like I was like, I can make like I thought you were packing more or something joke. I didn't know what was happening. I just saw a comment saying congrats on the baby. What does that mean?
It means we're like, it's in the shoot. You know,
Really?
we got about
it's
like
ready?
It's
3
ready to come
4
out,
weeks.
bro.
Yeah.
Nice,
It's in
good
the
for you, bro.
shoot.
It
Yeah,
could come.
that's
It could come anytime.
He's
we
gonna
don't
be a
know.
Clue Coin millionaire.
Oh my god.
He's like, it's funny. I named him Clue.
It's a pretty sick name.
What is it?
Oh, I don't know yet. It's actually a
Oh.
girl. It's a
Oh,
girl.
gotcha.
He's gonna have it on the blockchain and it's gonna be
Absolutely.
random. We're gonna do a giveaway for the name. Whoever wins gets to pick it.
Hey, dude, you gotta do the thing that Elon Musk did, bro. You gotta name her after an algebra equation.
Is that what it was?
Wait.
No, it was just like
I-
random. Yeah, it was random.
I don't even know what it was, bro. But it'd be cool if her name was YX equals MX plus B or whatever.
So you still haven't sold this white man on cryptocurrency.
Okay.
You-
well,
you
guys
do
keep
this thing-
interrupting me. Honestly, I was trying to.
You're right. The problem is, I want you to make it into
Layman's
normal
terms.
people terms, layman's terms. You know,
like DNP3. I'm a fucking dumbass redneck dude that just screams in his mic all day. Okay, like I need you to
thing
break
is,
it down
this is the
kindergarten
problem.
style.
This is the problem. Like, I don't want to sell
dumbass
him.
rednecks are the problems. Yes.
I don't want to. I don't want to sell Clue to people. Like, I want them to see the project, see the vision behind it, and decide that's something they want to
So
support.
sell them on the vision. You still have to market it. You still have to market it,
I mean,
right?
he's already marketed to me. I buy in. A percentage of that goes and does like charity shit, which is badass. And then the other portion of that gets dumped back in, which also a portion of that also gets dumped back into my wallet. And
Yeah.
it's the more people that buy it, the more it grows.
Okay, but why would you not just go
pretty-
donate your money to charity?
Because people, okay, if you donate your money directly to charity, there is no, you will not earn anything back. This is by us having a charity wallet. It gives people like, it's like, not only are we actually helping people, there's so much money floating around in this crypto industry, and there's so many of these rug pulls every single day. Like, why not put it into a project that is actually like, not only will holders earn while they literally just sit there. It's called like static farming. You'll literally earn as you grow or earn as you hold. That's the idea, as long as the market stays where it's at and things continue to go. And then it also helps charities. That's based off daily volume of trading. I think the easiest way for me to show you this is like, I'll just show you my wallet. Here's my trust wallet. Here's my Clue.
Do you have any condoms in your wallet, or is it just?
I don't. Look, that's how much Clue I have. Okay.
Does it show the? How do I get the price?
let me
Because I
see.
have that damn wallet and it doesn't show me the price. I have that
it
thing.
should. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh this thing. Okay, like watch. So I haven't touched anything. I don't know if you can see how much is on there.
Oh my
Let me
god.
just
Yeah,
drag it up.
that's quite.
You
the
see,
amount,
it
my
doesn't
friend.
show me. It shows me the BEP20 thing.
It's got an old logo on there too. I don't know if Trust Wallet's tripping, but I'm refreshing, and you should like it should. The number will change if you like keep refreshing. You'll notice the number changes.
No, mine doesn't. Mine's still flat, dude. It's not like connected right or something. I don't know. But I have burn coin. What's that? What's burn coin?
Okay, people will. It's this thing called dusting. People will just literally they'll look at different. They'll find your address on the blockchain and they use it as a way to promote. They'll just go and send a bunch of tokens to these random addresses, and now look at what you're doing. You're promoting burn coin.
Oh, so it's a real coin.
It is, but they'll send you very specific amounts, and then that's also a way that they can dox people, because they'll look at your trading behavior and activity, and they'll say like, "Oh, okay, like we know who that is."
You're fucked, Arab.
So
I usually just like hide those.
I'm dead.
I have
still-
a question.
Okay, but I still don't know how to look at how much I have. Why is that not? Why does yours show but mine doesn't? We have the same app.
I don't know. You might have the wrong contract address in there or something.
Dude, I did this with you.
We'll have to. Well, we can
Maybe
figure it
I
out
don't
later.
trust this coin anymore.
Burn coin.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good place.
No.
So my question is, you know how like you know how you have to go through PancakeSwap and you have to have it in the Trust wallet and you have to go through all that.
Mhm.
Is there any sign on the horizon to normalize the method of getting this coin? Because
Yes.
right now it's
pain.
kind of difficult. Yeah, right now it's kind of a
Yes.
pain. Yeah.
We are getting we're in a couple exchanges already, but they're more in the Asian market. We're getting into a US exchange within the next couple weeks. So that people will be able to like wipe out a debit card or a credit card or whatever and convert their fiat into, I think it'll be a USDT pairing. So you'd buy USDT and then you can swap that for CLU, which would be like so much easier. And it's also going to be an important step for us with our card and our wallet.
I mean, bro, you as a long-term investor, if you want to get into a a smaller coin, I think I actually like from what you said, the here's the problem, bro. Like, and it's not a problem for you, it's a problem for every other smaller coin, is that we know you, and I feel like I can judge your character and know you're not trying to fuck anyone, right? And that gives me a lot more confidence in that coin over the long term over any other coin, because I don't know the people that made it. I don't know their intentions, and you seem to have like dude, I would be very surprised if I woke up one day and everyone's like DNP3 sold, DNP3 sold, like fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that would ever I don't think that would happen.
I left a very good paying job and resigned my commission from the military to do CLU full time. So
yeah.
Wait,
like,
why do you
I'm all
resign
in,
your
like-
commission from the military? What does that affect?
because I could be deployed at any time. I still had to do weekends. You know, I was in the Air National Guard,
Mhm.
and it was a lot of time. Like weekends matter. Every single day I get asked, like, when's the price going up, DMP? When's the price? Right. So like, there's so much pressure. We have a dev team and a marketing team and an entire team running CLU. And so I'm working with them to get our products developed. I'm basically the product manager. We have a COO and a CTO. So there's a lot of decisions happening behind the scenes to help drive CLU forward every single day to accomplish our mission and vision.
So let's say
It's-
theoretically nobody sells.
Mhm.
How do you make money for charity?
Every transaction,
So people buying.
people buy, people sell. It's just part of, like regular crypto, but that's part of that's just part of how our mechanics are designed. It's in the contract. Every single purchase, 5% gets redistributed across all the wallets. So you have a wallet, Arab. I have a wallet. So we would get a little bit of those reflections. You would see your CLU go up every time there's a buy or sell. There is a charity wallet and there is a community wallet. The community wallet's what we use to fund our giveaways. We'll do community nights. We'll give away cool NFTs. It's a true community. Like we're gonna have paint nights. We have movie nights. It's legit a community. Like, so we try and reward our holders. That's the idea. I think that's what makes CLU stand out amongst a lot of these other tokens. We're not only are we building a very strong community, we're building products along the way. It just takes time, and so people get nervous. They get scared. They might see something they don't like in the white paper. And they're like, you know what, this just isn't cutting it. Or like, why are these other coins going up, but CLU's not going up?
Right.
Or right, they ask all these questions, and it's like we're a month old. Like you gotta wait. I really enjoyed hyping up. Like I love building hype, and it's just such a fun thing to do. But when investors see hype, they almost take it as like a red flag.
Really?
Yeah. They say, you buy the rumor, you sell the news. Like, so yeah, it's like, it's hype. Okay, I need to dump because everyone's buying right now. And the problem with any security, any coin, is the fact that when retail investors get involved that are uninformed or can be swayed by the media, they basically control the price because there's so many of them at that given time, to where if it's blowing up, okay, something bad happens, all those dudes have what we call paper hands, and they have no they have no reason to keep it. They're like, they were just there kind of for the up, and they're like, okay, I'm fucking out. Like, there's no way, like, this is gonna, you know what I'm saying? So all the paper hands sell, and all the people that stayed in, now they lose all those gains they made. So that's the issue. When they start selling, they start scaring the diamond hands, and then all of a sudden shit crashes.
I mean, when in the first 72 hours, CLU like
went
did
crazy.
Insane. It did like 20, 30x or something.
And they dumped.
I don't remember the exact. Then after 72 hours, like there was like one red candle, then two red candles, and then it started building this like it dumped for probably a day solid. And then it built up, it like bottomed out, built back up. So people were really treating it as like a trading utility. But along that way, because of how CLU structured, we built up a giant liquidity pool because 5% of every I think we did 24 or $25 million in volume a day. So 5% of that goes into the liquidity pool, which is huge. So now we were like set as a coin for long term.
Was it really 70x?
No, not 70. It was at least 20 or 30. It was up there.
I should have sold, man.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Well, I'm
Like,
looking at it right now anyways. Like I had 2,500 in. Now it's 11,000 worth.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, we're still 4 or 5x, which is like fantastic, right? Like there's still a ton of value in there. But this is very
listen,
short term.
I'm not even touching that.
I mean, here's the thing. Like coins have done less. Coins have 100x and done way less. Like we're doing everything right. We just got a legal opinion done. Like everything we're doing is by the book and we're doing it right because I've done multiple companies. So I learned like you can't really treat it like a company. There is some theatrics to all this.
I have a question.
There's
got to be some like laws around it, right? Around those pump and dump rug pulls, etc. Like let's say AD invests his life savings in, and then boom, next day, creator of CLU Coin has pulled out everything. AD's down to 0. He wants to sue you. He knows where you are because you're not a ghost.
I would never do that to AD.
I would.
how would how do you get legally away from that?
That's the problem right now with crypto. I think that's why the SEC is trying to crack down so hard. Anytime there's crypto to crypto transactions, it's not technically like it's not a taxable event. Yeah. And so that's what, like, unless these creators dox themselves, like me, for example, even though I haven't like fully, doxed myself of like, here's my full name and here's where I live, but more of like people know DNP3 is behind CLU Coin. So there's some trust there, and I built up an entire community over years. And like, why would I just throw all that out the window for a couple $1 million or whatever it is? I don't even know how much it would be because we locked our liquidity into a secure vault, basically, so I can't pull it out. That gives people peace of mind.
Yeah, I like that. That's not a common thing that people do, right?
A lot of like legit projects will do it, but
okay.
I think that
the rug pulls usually you'll know a rug pull. You'll know if you're in a rug pull because I would have like pulled everything out within the first when we hit like 20 or 30x, not when we're
I think that a bit of the public perception issue with CLU Coin right now is that it's still grouped together with what you would consider shit coins just due to its like price and its like, the proximity it has to other coins that have rug pulled. But I think that over time, as you guys continue to bring value to, the people
realize it's more legit. Yeah.
Yeah. As you continue to bring value to people that trust in it and it actually like gets to a price where it's like, okay, this is like a real thing. Like, I really think that it's just consistency, man. I tell people sometimes I have like that. I have friends in real life that like they'll try streaming because they think it's easy money and they're like normies. They like don't get the community. They have no interest in understanding it. And those are the people that I'm skeptical of. They haven't earned my respect in this community. Some of them are exactly what I think they are. They're just in it for trying to make quick buck. They realize how hard it is and then they're out. And then other ones, they earn my respect by sticking to it, growing a community, not being a normie anymore. And I'm like, okay, I support you now. I will start hosting you now. I applaud you for making it through, understanding what this is. So I think that that's just one of those things where, because your community knows and loves you, but really it's the rest of the fucking world needs to agree on the fact that this is badass. You get what I'm saying? Like you need to go outside of your community.
You know what I
and
think
bring
you
new
need,
people in,
DNP?
Yeah.
I think you need a front face that knows how to put it in layman's terms really easily. I think you're way too smart for normal people, and it makes it hard to understand what your project is. No, seriously.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Well,
you don't see it
we're
because
trying to
it's
make
so
a video.
natural to you. But a good teacher can put real hard things into really easy terms.
Albert Einstein.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, Arab, you're
Albert Einstein. because like that's what I did, and that's what blew up my Twitch, right? Was putting hard things that I found super easy into layman's terms, and these kids were like, "Oh my God, this makes sense."
Hmm.
Yeah,
You're
it's
so
like
technical and like, you know, I've done enough research in crypto throughout the years to understand a majority of what you're saying, but most people haven't, and those are the adopters, right? Those are the money makers, the people that will make the change. You need somebody who's a face that's good at doing that.
somebody like AD.
AD, just get in there.
Yeah, you need AD to go in there and be like, listen here, you idiots, this cryptocurrency 5% burn.
Imagine he goes back to fucking Alabama. He's like, "Failers, listen here. You'll never believe what I have found."
No, but you know, my whole family's in KlueCoin, literally, and my friends are, and like they like invested into it. So, not only, you know, I do feel this like pressure, but it was just all part of the plan. But I do feel it's not like there's
all
a
part
board.
of the plan to
It's not
pull
like
your
Pull
family.
out.
It's not like it's a Series A, right? Where like we get like 30 or 40 mil, and here's a clear roadmap of all the things we're going to accomplish. It's like, oh, okay, here's a few mil, and we're all public shareholders, and now I'm accountable to. We have 69,000 holders right now of CLU, so I'm trying to put out
I'm part of that
announcements
69.
yeah, and keep people informed and just let them know like we're making steady progress every single day. It's partnerships. There's so much work, man. I have not been this stressed out in a really long time. It's
I can
a
tell
ton of
your
work.
hairs are turning white and shit.
Dude, I feel like I've been aging so much. Like I've I just wake up and that's like for the first hour I'm not stressed, and then I'm stressed all day long. So that's why I had to quit my other job.
Plus, you have a baby on the way. That's crazy.
Got
That
the
adds
baby,
to it
yeah.
for sure. First child, right?
First child, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you, man. So that's why I get upset when I hear people like Train saying just ignorant stuff like that, because we got a whole team and my whole community, and like that one little thing he
But
said,
they don't
I
see
tried
that
to hit the
side of
dude
it.
up. They don't see that side. I tried to hit him up on Twitter. Like, if you got a question, just message me. Totally got egoed, right? Like he doesn't care. And so it made me upset. Like, if you're gonna say stuff like that, at least man up and
Well, also,
hit me
like,
back with
I'm
a
pretty
DM.
sure he is someone who, like, also is heavily into crypto, because, I mean, all the time he's gambling in fucking crypto, etc.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sure, like, him talking shit about these coins helps him in the sense that they're going to put their money into something that will help him as well, you know?
sure. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying, like, that's his goal. I'm just saying, like, that could be 5% of it, you know?
Yeah. I like legit want to change the world with KlueCoin, and it sounds like a crazy goal, but that is literally like there's so many third world countries and people in poverty, and if people buy KlueCoin, part of it goes into a little pool that just builds up for charity over time. Or like anytime there's a natural disaster, like in India, for example, they didn't have enough people to go administer COVID vaccines. They ended up coming up with a natural remedy anyway, which is pretty brilliant. But
Really?
it's like, yeah.
What is it?
I forgot the name. I forgot the exact name. I think it was a plant-based remedy. I don't know the exact name, but pretty cool.
Love that.
I know, it's amazing. But anyways, so that's what CLU United is. It's focused on that, right? Like focused on setting up. It's the charity that CLU formed.
Okay.
So he took money from CLU, formed an official 501c3, and that's going to be a way. So you'll be able to
funnel your taxes through that.
You'll have the ability to donate your reflections to CLU United. CLU United will now officially support. It'll be a global force for good, where we can stand up charities all over the world and be able to mobilize.
What do you mean,
like,
you'll have
anywhere.
the ability? You can choose as a holder?
Holders get the ability to choose which charity to support each month. That'll be built into our wallet.
Of their percentage?
They'll vote on the app.
Okay.
Right now, we've just been doing it through like Twitter polls and stuff, and everybody chose Save the Kids because I mean, how could you not want to save the kids? You know.
So in that situation, what is Save the Kids token? Because the other day we were on Twitter and we were kind of like laughing at that idea. We saw a bunch of the FaZe guys fucking shilling it, and let's be honest,
Save the Kids token.
and they don't give a fuck.
Terrible.
Hey,
They don't give a fuck.
Real quick, dude. Look, you just have to fucking stand the test of time. All these random fucking coins will disappear, bro. Like all those people will abandon their posts, and you will be the one fucking pillar standing, dude. And you just have. That's just it, bro. It's just a matter of time. I know that
Oh yeah.
you're stressed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that you sacrificed a lot of shit for this, but let me tell you, bro. Like, dude. So like on YouTube, there's obviously YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers, right? With a
Mhm.
varying of content, whatever. The one motherfucker that I love supporting, even if I like his content, even if I don't like the video, whatever, is Mr. Beast, because I know that it's gonna go to good. That dude does some crazy stuff for people. Like he just uses all this
Yeah.
money to help people, and that's a beautiful thing to watch. And that's why I really think you're gonna succeed, because like people create coins and give themselves this little philanthropic reasoning without actually wanting that to be it, because they're just like people themselves. They're just regular people themselves, and they're trying to level up and do something in life. You are already there. You are already successful. You are already influential. I couldn't imagine you'd want to make more money for yourself, like outside of your immediate needs at this point in your life. And it's like, with that being said, I feel like if I was going to put my money somewhere, I would probably trust the person, but that's the caveat, bro. People don't know who you are. So like what Arab
Yeah.
said, having like a forward facing person, it's either you with your story of who you are, and like I'm the fucking Tony Stark of Twitch. I don't really need more money. I don't really need shit like that. Like I just want to
Yeah.
help people, and that's why we set this up, and we have a real community behind it and stuff. So I think that message needs to get out, or like he said, you just have to find a charismatic spokesperson to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
for sure.
What are you
I
gonna
was just gonna say, like, I agree. I think with anything, once you stand the test of time and prove, like, we're gonna start pumping out stuff, right? To me, building a community is just as strong as helping charities, because you can't do one without the other. Like, if we don't have a strong community, that's why we're focused so heavily on giving like exclusive things to our community. We're gonna help charity passively, like it naturally happens. The same way people naturally earn CLU as time goes on.
Yeah. I want to go back to the Save the Kids thing. So you're donating to Save the Kids charity. What is Save the Kids
So we
token?
donated
Are they
directly to Save
affiliated?
the Kids charity. There's no affiliation with Save the Kids token and charity. Save the Kids token was another project that someone just was like, you know what, I want to start a token. They brought on the Phase guys as ambassadors, and once they launched, like that right there was like a turning point for me, where I was like, man,
Did it pump
what
and
are you guys
dump?
doing? Oh, dude, it was the hardest
Yeah.
pump and dump I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, it's
Really?
like you named it Save the Kids, bro. Like that's so fucked up, bro.
but I talked to I listened in on one of the Save the Kids AMA thing, and they were like, our goal is to raise $1 million for Save the Children. And it's like, and then someone was like, what about after that? They're like, well, then we'll try and raise $2 million. so it's a charitable token. It's a great idea, right? But like,
How do I see this graph?
they're missing so many pieces of it.
Yeah,
Like, why would people, the only reason you would want to go there is people want to invest and make money, so that they have to know how are they going to make money from all this. And that's where I think CLU stands out from a lot of other projects.
yeah, because it's like at that
Oh
point,
my
you
god, it
could
pumped
just
and dumped so hard.
at that point you could just
Dude, it was
donate to
bad.
charity, bro. They're like, oh, buy Save the Kids coin. Like you're donating to the kids. Well, then why couldn't I just donate to the fucking Save the Kids fund in general? Like you guys get the fucking the transactional money in between and stuff. Like there's clearly a benefit for you guys, not just the kids,
But it
Mhm.
came out 1 month ago.
Yeah,
Not even 1 month ago. It came out 1 week ago. Sorry.
about a week. Yeah,
About a week ago, it 2x.
I
then
think
they
it did
sold
more
everything.
than that.
Really?
I think it went up to like 4 or 5x, and then
And they just sold everything.
yeah,
See, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then you see the fucking transfer of wealth. Now you've got these people who are already rich, who just made 3x off their viewers. They probably made 50 grand each or 100 grand each in one tweet. And what are you gonna say?
yeah. I mean, there is no, I don't know. Like, I wish people were more responsible with that stuff, and that was like super eye opening to me, because what that does is it creates people panic.
Yeah.
Right. It's called FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Mhm.
And then when people see that big red candle, my own friends, like who bought in to CLU, they they sold because they're like, oh my gosh, I got scared. It was going down so fast, right? After the pre. Now, any experienced crypto trader would be like, oh, this whole pre-sale turbulence is normal.
Of course, bro. I lose thousands of dollars every day. I'm like, whatever. Like, don't put money don't put money in that you weren't willing to lose, bro. That's rule number fucking one, bro. Like,
well,
I always
is very volatile.
Yeah.
So we're right now in an accumulation period where the community's formed, we're building up, and then we're gonna lift off. But we just got to get a good product out. And there's little things people get excited about too, like getting listed into exchanges and just more making your coin more easily accessible. But I feel like you've been talking about CLU a lot. I kind of want to hear about your guys. I mean, I love CLU. I know it's going to do great. Just got to put the work in, and that's what we do every single day.
Well, I can't wait till you guys get listed on Binance or Coinbase, bro. Oh my god, when I see that shit, dude, I'm gonna be so happy.
That's an effect, isn't it? The Binance effect, and it boosts.
Oh, of course. It's listed to any exchange, they blows up.
Yeah, it's hard to get into on those. It's definitely like a long process and who you know, but hopefully someday it'd be cool.
Yeah, just tell me you've been on the Brandwurst podcast twice. You have friends in all colors. You have a Nicaraguan, you have a Middle Eastern, you have a white guy. You know, it works. That stuff like the what they call affirmative action of podcasts.
So they vote on what you guys donate to on a monthly, quarterly, like how does that work?
Each month. Now that we formed CLU United, it's going to be more frequent, and like CLU United will control that.
That's a Twitter. More. Is that a Twitter? Is that a move? Like, what is that? What is CLU United?
It's an official charity, a 501c3 charity.
Yeah. You said that earlier, but how are they going to vote on? Like, is it through the CLU Coin Twitter, or do you have like a specific CLU United like website?
Yeah. So it'll be built into our app. We're releasing a wallet.
Okay. So it is going to be.
Yes, dude. Yes. Will the wallet make getting the coin way easier?
Well, yeah. Once we get into exchanges, it's going to become a lot easier to get CLU. It just takes time,
dude. Listen, and a lot of the problem too is like, you know, to a regular uninformed retail trader, if you tell them that they have to go through Pancake Swap, they have to put thousands of dollars, thousands of their hard-earned money through Pancake Swap. You know what I'm saying?
I'm part of that group.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And I was too. I had a person that I really trusted, explain it to me and this and that, and I was like, okay, like I get it, and that's why I'm okay with it now. But even still, bro, why the fuck would you name it Pancake Swap? The creators of that thing, man, they fumbled that bag. But anyways, I guess it still works or whatever. But
DNP, I mean, you said like, I feel like we only talked about CLU Coin, dude. That's what we wanted to hear. You know?
Dude, it is huge. Like the first night, I got calls from so many news outlets, because we hit $150 million market cap.
That's crazy.
The first night.
What's it at right now?
It's crazy. I think it's around 85.
Nice.
90. Yeah, it's
That's
still
crazy.
up there. I mean,
that's crazy.
We have a super strong community. For like where we're at right now in the accumulation period and where the market's at, we are super strong. So once we start marketing, we haven't even marketed other than like the Twitter giveaways and stuff.
So
we're about to start that now, which I'm super pumped
Starting off with this podcast.
Hey,
well, I don't look at this. I feel like I'm just chatting with you guys about like struggles I'm going through.
100% is, but we're homies on a different level than that. And like, you being on here, we've chatted before, and we'll chat again once your projects have calmed down, and we'll catch up again. But no, this, I mean, people like you talk about it on your stream, but your stream is it's live. People aren't going back and watching it.
Yeah.
Whoever's there is there. There's
people want to hear about this, bro. People definitely wanted to hear you talk about CLU, and that's like, I'm sure it was on, like, there's no way we were gonna have this podcast and it wasn't gonna be a lot about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's such a prevalent thing, even in the community, bro.
Yeah.
Like you really started a movement, man. And like I said, I believe in it. Personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't own any of it yet. But after hearing you talk about it, I think I'm definitely interested. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a very cool. I mean, you sold me. Maybe it's because I understand it a little bit more, and I really feel like you're gonna be in the game for a long time. You know, you said you quit your fucking job. You gave up a lot of benefits that you were, you know, that you had owed to you. So I see, that's what I like, bro. I like skin in the game. I don't like when I can potentially invest in a shit coin where the person just had to pay a couple $1,000s to make it, launch it, and then that's it, you know? So like skin in the game is it for me, man. If you got skin in the game, I can see why I would want some skin in the game too, you know?
Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, it's definitely a long-term vision and project. And I feel not just personal responsibility, but like my family, my friends, my whole community, like they're all in this. And so
Yeah, you can turn your back on family.
Yes, okay, buddy. When it gets characterized as and that's the problem with CLU right now is it almost became a meme coin with creators because they're like, oh, CLU, like how much did you get paid to say that? Like all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's frustrating to see. So I think once we start pumping out stuff and people just like let CLU speak for itself, be like, oh, okay, like it's here. But right now it's just going through this like transition phase. So I'm okay with it dying down a little bit, and then we just like boom, we're here.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, where like sometimes you want like more informed people to be the backbone of what you're doing anyways, because the problem with having a bunch of, and I keep saying it, paper hands involved, is that it really makes it more volatile than it needs to be. An example of that would be like, you know, like I'm sure you're aware of like the GameStop AMC shit, right? Well, that was actually a long time ago, like you know, in relation to the market, but people still hold it right now, bro. People are not selling. Like the price of GameStop and AMC is huge, right? And that's because all the people believe in it. There's not one paper-handed motherfucker in there, bro. There really isn't. And like you can look at the charts, you can see how many sales versus how many buys there are on a daily, and nobody's selling. And that's what I could have envisioned CLU being, you know, something like that, where it's community based. That's a different approach than most people. I think the closest thing to having a community based cryptocurrency is like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a huge community of shillers, believers, like, you know, Ethereum as well. But that's because the communities believe in it. It's not a pump and dump. You know, it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, exactly. And belief in a project's super valuable.
Huge.
And those
but
things
just to see like the whole community, just I don't know, for lack of better terms, you know, like take a dump on CLU because of how it was marketed to start. It's hurtful, but it's also like I don't think they realize the impact it has when they do that.
But I mean, I think
that goes
that's
with anything.
unfair.
Influencers, dude. I feel like people they forget how big of an influence they have. Not just with like you know, like you can relate to this with the CLU coin, but like, dude, anything, bro. And I feel I've said this. I think I've even fucking said this on one of the previous podcasts that I was on. Like, there's some content creators or, you know, people that are singers or movie stars, whoever, it doesn't fucking matter how big of a fucking impact their voice has, dude. Like, there are people out there, surprisingly or not, that like probably are, not to sound weird, but like are obsessed with you, DNP3. Like, dude, you could say, man, the sky's fucking green. You know, this is extreme, but like, you know, they'd be like, yeah, the sky's green. Like DNP3 said, it's fucking green. Like, that's an extreme level, but like,
yeah,
there are people out there, bro, that are so obsessed with, you know, content creators or movie stars, singers, etc., that, you know, these influencers forget how big of a fucking impact their voice actually has.
Yeah, right. But also, like, I don't share that sentiment with you in the fact that you know that comes with its benefits and its negatives. You know, like you're saying
100%.
No, not you, AD, with DNP. I agree with you. I'm just like the fact that you're upset the way they acted, because at the same time, the way they acted, the majority of them acted, is the reason it had that big marketing boost to begin with. You know, so like, there's the people shit talking, but there's also the people that weren't shit talking and they were pumping and dumping. And sure, it's not your fault, but like, you had to have known that some of that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know, like that's just human nature.
Actually,
you're looking at these kids that don't know shit about fucking crypto or care, and you're basically like saying, okay, like you're in early, it's clearly gonna fucking multiply. Why would they not just put in free money and sell?
The night I launched CLU, I was so nervous. I had no idea how it was gonna do, at all. We put in a little over $1 million in liquidity, and I had no idea how I was going to do it all. I just knew we had a good marketing plan. We had a good mission and good cause for the coin, and I knew 5% of every trade is going to go into liquidity. So it's a very solid plan. But then it started taking off, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then it was like this roller coaster. I was like, "This is amazing!" And then it went all the way up, and then there was just like one giant red candle, and then people started buying back in. And
you
then
know
there
who
was
that
another
first red candle was?
I could probably figure it out, but I don't, just out of respect,
Yeah,
privacy.
yeah.
That's like that's a no-no.
And dude, it's just one of those things where, like I said, it's the community that adopts it has to really believe in it. Like that's gonna happen, bro. It's the hype, bro. It's the hype. The hype. It doesn't last, man. It doesn't last. So, like I said, man, I think it just has to get to a price where it's respected more as an actual cryptocurrency than like a shit coin per se.
I don't even think it's the price that determines if something's a cryptocurrency. Like this guy I'm going to meet with tonight for Axie Infinity, they got dumped on for 2 years. People would tell them they were going to fail every single day, and they built the coin, and they've went up like 600,000 players now in the last couple months. So that's all it is, just hard work and persistence. And you keep putting in that work, and eventually, when it's your time, like your time comes. It's like people will look at the product and be like, wow, this is actually making a change. Or if there's some natural disaster and they see a bunch of CLU volunteers out there, like, oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And you can organize that.
Thinking about that. That's the plan.
Yeah, and you can organize that with the community, bro. 100%. People would do it too. People would do it, dude. Your community is really fucking cool, bro. They're really supportive.
They're amazing.
Not the ones that are just randomly like retweeting giveaways, but like the ones that like I see threads of people talking about how you changed their lives and you run such a good community and this and that. And I think that, like I said, I have a lot of respect for you in the same way that I have a lot of respect for Mr. Beast. You're kind of like at least to me, the Tony Stark, Mr. Beast of Twitch, so far.
Bro,
yeah.
Dude, I've been blown away how many great people just find the community. Like, because it started with giveaways, but then I saw like real people joining the community and doing stuff together, and like we put little incentives to make social interactions fun, and that's what I want to do with CLU. And that's what we're doing. But you meet some of the best people ever. You guys know.
Yeah, the community.
So the best people I've met are on the fucking internet, dude.
Dude, I met these two on the internet, bro. I met two of my best friends on the internet, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look at that.
Years
well,
ago,
AD and I go way back. Sorry to cut you off, but like that's pretty important too. Back in the war, we used to. I was in Afghanistan. He was in Afghanistan, and
back in Nav.
Yeah, we met. We were both like
Nav.
there, but like not wanting to be there, and we just found some common
AD,
ground.
what are you doing right
came
now?
Back, shared a
I'm
burger.
building a castle in Minecraft.
Yeah, we launched a Minecraft server.
I saw that. You guys want to talk about it a little bit?
Yes, dude. Yes.
Yeah. Wait. Real quick. All right.
Obsessed.
CLU coin conversation over. I'm proud of you. We're proud of you, DNP3. I see it
Thank you,
succeeding. And fuck the haters. Fuck anyone that says anything negative about you, because I like to say
words, bro.
I like to say that we're pretty good judges of character, and you've been pretty consistent since you showed up on the scene. So shout out to you. And now we can transition to pleasant life talk, man.
Plan.
Thank you, gents. Thank you. Thank you for asking all the questions too. I had a good time.
Of course, man. I really felt like that's people really wanted that and needed that. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted some clarification as to the little in betweens this and that. And the thing about like, I don't know, man. I'm just proud of you. But anyways, now formalities aside, Minecraft server, you're having a baby on the way. That's fucking cool, dude. A lot of big life shit's happening.
And he's gonna want to play Minecraft
with the kid. Exactly.
Dude, I don't know if you guys know this. I actually have a huge Minecraft server.
Really?
Is it the grid?
It's Gridcraft. Yeah.
That's so sick.
We have a full team of developers. And I wanted to ask you guys this because I saw AD's tweet or something about like how it crashed. It's something a lot of servers struggle with. We have a cloud and a platform engineer. Like we built Gridcraft for scale. We're about to launch one block coming up. We can literally support like theoretically like tens of thousands of players we don't have tens of thousands of players, but I saw you guys had like 2,000 on your server.
Yeah.
And,
3,000
or something
now.
great.
It was
Dude,
20.
that's
It was
crazy.
Bro, we were so-
2,900 in
we're
2
so
hours.
stoked.
Yeah, dude, the dev, like literally, like, you know, as we're doing these podcasts, I actually, like, you know, I'll like do a little bit. I hear something I want to talk about, etc. But like, I was typing back and forth to the one of the devs while we are doing this podcast. He was telling me, he goes, dude, this is crazy. I'm like, what? He goes, we have an average of like 90 to 100 people on here concurrently at like almost all the time. And he's like, I don't know. That's awesome. And what the reason it was lagging, the reason it was like a little like off, you know, center the first night was because we didn't really have a scope of how many people were going to show up immediately. and the other thing is so they had 3 servers to host it, but I think 2 of them went down for some reason. They went down for, you know, a whatever technical reason. And so we were running on one server, but the one server was supposed to be able to support up to like 500 people, but it was capped at 500, maybe 1,000, right? But he said that it was just so many people all at once, all in one place, like doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like it fucked it up.
It's called entity cramming.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're using Java,
Mm-hmm.
as if it's like a Java server,
It
the
is,
max it can support in a single instance, usually for every single instance, is like, I would say if it can support 150, that's a fine-tuned server right there.
Yeah.
Without it lagging hardcore.
Yeah, no, we're at like 70 right now, and it's not lagging at all.
Edwin, are you reading the chat right now in game?
No, what does it say?
I type 1 if Edwin has a small PP, and it's just being spammed.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
So then what happens when we have more than 150 people? Because that's gonna happen every time we're on and live.
Like what do you do?
Yeah, like
you either have to have another instance for people so you can like create multiple instances, or you can create, it's more of a long-term solution, like some kind of platform that auto scales, which not a lot of people have.
Which you have.
That's what Gridcraft
He just
has. Yeah,
sold
we
us.
just finished it. It took 6 months to build.
Well, do you license?
We could talk. We could come out, you know.
Yeah. No, our, like seriously, in the future, like when we are scaling, when we are getting big, I definitely can have the devs reach out to you and us as well, because that'd be fucking
That
cool.
future will be very close.
Yeah, very soon, because we definitely want to scale this. We already have like, you know, some marketing ideas. We already have like a community for it. So, you know, we do plan on making this bigger and bigger and bigger and getting as many people in here as possible. So, and yeah, dude, and that was, I actually wanted to mention that a part of the reason why I had some faith in CLU off rip, because, you know, dude, like once again, I don't own any, but like, I was like, you know, if anyone can figure it out, it's him. And especially after this conversation. But one reason I really was like, okay, like I'm listening, it was because one, it was you, and 2, I know about the grid, like in general, like all the networks that you've built in the past, like the communities like that you've grown and you know, transferred from one to the other. Like I was like, dude, he can fucking do it. I can't play a goddamn marbles game without your logo in my fucking face, dude. Marbles, you have a crazy Tron like Minecraft server, you have the grid, like the Discord. So I was like, all right, if someone can figure out a community-based charity coin, it's fucking this dude. So,
dude, I legit I want CLU to be the #1 community-based crypto. Like to have the strongest crypto. And our COO is fantastic. Like he's bringing in, he's been in the crypto industry for 15 years and just knows everybody. So
Vitalik,
he's getting NFT sponsors. Yeah, it's been insane. Like when we did our Fortnite tournament. Oh, and we're going into esports. We just did a big Fortnite tourney. It was amazing.
Yeah, I want to cast the next one, by the way.
If you're down, yeah. We're doing Warzone next, but
Don't want that.
So just this cool convergence.
Cast that, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, I want to see you cast Warzone. But it's this cool convergence of like esports and crypto and a community. I feel like that's what we are, right? Like we all love to play games, and crypto is kind of hot right now. You know, but if you can build a community around that stuff, it's just next level. And you're helping charities along the way. It's like the best of all worlds.
Right. DNP, I think that's really all we have today. You know, people have made it to the end of the podcast. If there are actives or whatever, they're expecting the question. We've already asked you it, and that's in your first.
Did.
That's in your first DNP podcast. So
yeah,
guys, if you want to
just point, like, are you gonna put it in the video?
Yeah, it's in the corner.
Oh, that's good.
If you guys want to check him out, his links are all in the description. I mean, you talked about what your plans are for the next few months. there anything specific you want them to know?
For Clue,
Yeah.
I'd say just do your own research, not just for Clue, but for any project, and never give out your 12-word seed phrase. People will ask you for that. I know I'm saying it's like a little safety thing, but I see so many people get scammed. Do your own research, find a good project.
Yeah, if you type your Clue password in the comments, it'll blur it out.
Yeah, just in general, come join the community. That's what we call ourselves. It is just discord.gg/clue. Come check it out. See the vibes, check out the people, and just look at the community we've built and look at all the exclusive rewards we give our holders. See if it's a place for you. If it's not, no problem. But I think over the next year,
fuck out of you. Yeah.
I really, one of our, it's not a goal, but I think this is what's going to happen is we're just going to consistently and steadily grow over time, and we'll see where we're at in a year. I think we'll be one of the largest crypto communities.
Nice. Good for you. Those links are in the description. Make sure to look them up. Check it out, boys. And check out the Brainers boys. Follow American Dad. Follow Edwin. Follow me. Follow the, if you guys fuck with the podcast, you guys made it this far, dude. Like there's no reason you shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, American Dad talked way too much today.
Here's the thing. We bring AD on when we know that it's somebody in his realm that he knows of.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time we have like esports Fortnite kids, and AD's not gonna be able to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really fuck with the Fortnite anymore.
Exactly. So like we just when we know it's someone he knows, we like to have him on and like be part of it, because we know he does his own shit. You know, he does.
I love you.
He's in a completely different community.
You too, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Peace.